What's up, Gemini? With your end of December love general reading. This is for the lovely Geminis, Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a general love reading and may not resonate with every Gemini out there. So guys, this is a general. As always in a general, rules can be reversed, energies can be reversed, and cross watchers. This very well may play out from your perspective. So just apply it where it fits. If the reading's not for you, it's definitely not for you. So Spirit, tell me about Geminis for the end of December going into January in regards to love. Please bring forth the current energy surrounding Gemini in regards to love for the end of December going into January. The Star, ooh, 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, the Hangman. Okay, so the crowning kind of situation right now in the whole Twin Flame Collective is the King of Wands and the 10 of Cups, okay? And then the heart of the matter where both Twin Flames are coming together at this time. I wasn't reading reversals in this deck here, but this Empress just flipped out by itself into the reverse position. So we have the Empress in reverse and the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, as how both Twin Flames are coming together right now. For the Divine Masculine's overall energy, just who he is overall, we have the Queen of Wands and the 7 of Cups. How the Divine Masculine's feeling about the Divine Feminine, we have the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine's overall energy right now, we have the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, and the 9 of Pentacles. And the major challenge in this connection, we do have here the 4 of Wands sideways here, and then the 3 of Swords. So what I feel here is the first thing I'm noticing is that I feel with the Divine Masculine's overall energy, this Queen of Wands has been coming up a lot. We actually have a counterpart here. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the King of Wands here. So there's a counterpart situation here. And then we have the Empress in the middle, which is how both Twin Flames are coming together. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to go ahead and get a couple clarifiers with my new deck. And then we will, just continue on here because I want to further clarify something here. But I do think the Divine Masculines right now, they're definitely in this place of having to have, they have some options here, I feel, with the 7 of Cups. I think that they're really in the space of wishful thinking or in the space of fantasy. There's something very passionate here that's brewing, I feel. And the Feminines are having the Ace of Wands here as well and the 9 of Pentacles. So there seems to be a lot of passion right now. A lot of fire is what's coming through. And I do think that there's a desire to communicate, there's a desire to reach out, because the Divine Masculines are coming through with the 8 of Wands, but we have this 2 of Pentacles here. So I do think there's still potential that there could be a back and forth energy here the Divine Masculines are having. Not sure whether they can open up, not sure whether they can come through. And then with this here is the challenge too, with the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. I mean, when I have the 4 of Wands, this is like the stability card, very similar to the 10 of Cups energy here. But we have the 3 of Swords, and I am sort of feeling like there could be still a lot of pain that either has gone on, of course, in this connection that's making it very difficult for the masculines to really make that step forward here, or for the feminines to accept, because the feminines are coming through as a Hermit with the 9 of Pentacles. So most likely a lot of feminines are just really focusing on themselves, their bodies, their fulfillment within themselves here. But at the center, or the crowning energy, we have the 10 of Cups, which is ultimate fulfillment, ultimate happiness. But since their energy is coming through as the 7 of Cups, I do think that there's a potential that there's something that's still not solidified, but a lot of like fantasy-based thinking is what I'm getting. A lot of nostalgia right now. So let's get some from my new deck here. The Twin Flame Collective right now. What do we have going on? Left right now. See what the overall crowning situation is. Just see what words want to come on about this here. What is the crowning situation? The King of Wands and the 10 of Cups and Twin Flame Collective rating. The King of Wands is somebody who, wow. So first card out, we have I love you. We have I love you, and then we have ... stubborn. And so when I created this card, it's kind of like I had the intention of, how when you're at a stalemate with somebody, you may want to say something, you want to express something, you want to get something off your chest, but you're very stubborn about it, or you feel like you're waiting for the other person. It's kind of like, waiting for the communication is when I put this card here. So I mean, this is the first card that came out. I love you. And right as I was going to say that, I was going to say the King of Wands is somebody who I feel this is the masculine. And I do think that with this Queen of Wands here, there's a lot of thinking about this connection, a lot of thinking and being in the headspace about it, being in this very passionate, driven energy about this connection right now. And I do think that with this 10 of Cups, this is pretty much with the heart card, I love you. This is having everything. This is having ultimate fulfillment. But remember, this is just kind of like the crowning situation, which to me, what that means is it's just a situation that is either pending right now or that is circulating around the collective. So there's thoughts about having this 10 of Cups right now. There's thoughts about this 10 of Cups. And it does seem to be in a very passionate way. We do still have this as the challenge, so we'll see what this is about. It could just be that there has been a lot of pain that has already happened in this connection here. So let's see how both twin flames are coming together right now. How are you both connecting together? Because that Empress in reverse flipped out. Okay, yeah. So we have time. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? We have gentle here. I am staying away from you because the last thing I want to do is to hurt you. And we have freedom. I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. So this is how both are connecting together. And that is actually what I'm getting at when I clarify this too. What I feel is that with this Empress being in reverse, this is saying that it's almost like the doorway or the portal has opened for both twin flames to see the potential of this connection, to see what it really is, to see in clear view this 10 of Cups. So I feel like with this coming through here as well, this ... it's kind of like I feel this is definitely on the masculine's end more so. Because I feel with this here, I'm staying away from you because the last thing I want to do is to hurt you. This is coming through more as the divine masculine's energy because they're coming through with the 7 of Cups and then the 2 of Pentacles. So there is that wishy-washy energy that's still existing here from the masculine's end. But there seems to be this draw or this sort of magnetizing energy that I feel is showing up in the collective right now more so than ever. And I feel like this is partially what this challenge is about as well with this 3 of Swords and the 4 of Wands, is because it's saying here, I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests, which is actually ironically what the 7 of Cups is about. And then we have time. So the clock is ticking. And what I was going to say is with the Empress being in reverse, it's kind of like with the feminine's energy, it's like not being able to really appreciate the feminine for her entirety at this time. Because we have the 7 of Cups here, or the 10 of Cups, because that's the whole picture and that's everything here. And I feel like with the Page of Swords being here, both are coming together in the space of thinking about the connection, being in the headspace about it, really thinking about what it could be. But the clock is still ticking here. The clock is still ticking, and I feel like it's because maybe both of you, but especially the Divine Masculine, may have still some other interests or some things that are being tied up right now or, is causing this delay. And I do think the feminines are really focused on having a passion new beginning within her own life because of that 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Hermit. So it's really that self-growth energy. But I mean, the center of the reading, we have I love you here. So there's a lot of emotions that are still existing. Okay. So let's clarify how the Divine Masculine is feeling about let's look at his overall energy. So where's the Divine Masculine's overall energy, just in general right now, with the Queen of Wands and the 7 of Cups? Where's his overall energy? Divine Masculine's overall energy right now. Okay. Yeah. So we have here, I'm sweeping away toxicity to make room for what's truly important with the baggage card here. And then we have the rendezvous, I want to see you. Yeah, so this is coming through, as I said in the beginning, as the counterpart here of the 10 of Cups. So this is Queen of Wands is more of the feminine's energy. So she's coming up in both his overall energy and also wanting to communicate here, wanting to move ahead. So with this baggage card here, I'm sweeping away the toxicity to make room for what's important. With that 7 of Cups there, I think that this is thinking in terms of, really wanting and desiring to get rid of these other options, which could just be obligations. They could be anything here. But I do think that with this I want to see you card, there seems to be a lot of that push forward to see each other, to communicate, or to come back together. But with this stubborn energy here, there's a stalemate right now, or maybe this is on happening. Here's the Divine Masculine's overall energy. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups, baggage card, rest of Divine Masculine's overall energy? You see that. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Star, and we have the Devil. I do think this is a separate energy. For some, it could just be that there has been a level of codependency or a level of not being balanced emotionally here. But when I have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Devil's energy, and we also have this card here, I'm sweeping away other things to make room for what's important. I do think this does involve potentially another person, or just whoever this Queen of Cups is. I feel like it's different than the Queen of Wands, or vice versa, however you want to kind of, I'm not caught up on the queens here, but I feel like it's basically fantasizing about maybe the feminine's energy, or fantasizing about this connection, but having been tied to something here which has been coming through for a while, and healing from this with the Star. So sweeping this away, sweeping out what's no longer important. And this is also evident with the Three of Swords here and the Four of Wands. So some of them could, the same situation is that, you know, maybe they were married, or maybe they had a home with this person, with the Four of Wands being here as well. But I do think this is about getting rid of toxicity, and that's where they're at right now. So that's still where their energy is at, which is good. Okay. Time. Divine Masculine's overall energy here. Just gonna see where's the Divine Masculine's overall energy. Masculine's overall energy better than that. Yeah, solitary. So we have solitary, withdrawn, lonesome, and single. We have intimacy, closeness, sexuality, seclusion, and then we have heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, and clutter. I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of mixed signals. There's been a lot of things that have been around this connection, you know, and I feel like right now at this current time, they're thinking about how to possibly sweep that away, how to make room for what's important, which I feel is this connection. So it's like a glimpse of this Ten of Cups has been shown. For some reason it's coming through that this has been, it's been highlighted here for the Divine Masculines, especially to see what's out there, you know, what this connection is, because we have the unconditional love at the bottom. So that's still what I'm feeling here with this here. I love you. And then we have, you know, just like the time is ticking, there's definitely was an energy where I feel there was other options that were explored. And yeah, this one here, I'm staying away because the last thing I want to do is to hurt you. So this is why things are not moving ahead right now. It's because this is the making room for this connection, making room for what's important. And that's just what I'm seeing here. So with this Princess of Swords too, it's like wanting to keep tabs on this connection, or when to keep it in clear view, but still feeling like there's more time needed to unblock the emotional department, to unblock that emotional, you know, energy that they have. So how is the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine? The Eight of, well, actually, so pretty much the same energy, you know. I feel that they've been doing this for a while, and I do see that it's at least taking that step within with the Solitary card. So I feel like a lot of them, perhaps they have already severed this tie with something else. I mean, it's coming through once again that they're trying to sweep that away to make room for what's important. So that's still kind of what I feel. They're wanting to move ahead towards the feminine here at this time. So how's the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine with the Eight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles? How's the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine right now? Yeah, I miss you. Wow, so we have I miss you here, memory. We have unrequited. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. And then we have lessons. I didn't know what I had until you were gone. Lesson learned. So I'm feeling that this is the opposite. I feel like a lot of the masculines don't know if this is reciprocated or not. Because obviously we have here, I love you, and then we have here, I miss you, and then I didn't know what I had until it was gone. So I do think that this is a lot of regrets that are settling in, that have been, I think, settling in. And I feel like this is seeing I don't know, for some reason I keep just getting seen what could have been. So I don't know if this was that you came into a brief contact with them recently or something, but I feel like this is saying here that they really are starting to think about the past. They're really starting to think about where the other options have kind of, been standing in the way with this connection. But I'm getting that with this unrequited, maybe they have been unrequited to you in the past, or maybe there's been something where they have not been able to fully invest, because obviously I feel like with this unconditional love is very different. The 10 of Cups and all of this is very different than the Devil with the 7 of Cups, and so I feel like this is a situation where this is still coming through, that there's been a lot of lessons of having to leave something behind, having to leave this connection behind, which I think we kind of all know in the collective, but this is what I'm seeing. So how's the Divine Masculine feeling about them right now? Yeah, look at this. We have second chance, vows, and harmony. So this is really what it is. I feel like there's something about a second chance that's trying to come through. I mean, I'm not one to hold on to certain things or to tell people to hold on to certain things, but this is what's coming through. And I feel like with this 10 of Cups and, this here, there's just a test of time still going on with this ... card here, because there's still something that I feel there's some ego in the way. I feel there's some stubbornness. I feel like there's some pride, but there's also this feeling that they're not wanting to come through and hurt you, because I feel like there's a tenderness that has been learned in a way. And I feel like, yes, they have been sidetracked. They have been sidetracked for a while or however long. And I feel like with this here, I miss you. And this here, I mean, pretty clear that this is about wanting to have this 10 of Cups, wanting to have this vows together, wanting to have a second chance, to make peace, to make balance with this connection. But what could be holding them back is that they do feel like they're not sure if after all this time that you feel the same way about them. Some of them could have a question of, maybe say a lot of time has gone on. I mean, maybe there's been a lot of time and they don't know, like, is this something that they can actually take a risk to do? What if it doesn't work out, or what if something doesn't work with you both? I mean, that's just what I'm seeing here too. So what's holding the masculines back right now? What's holding the masculine back? Yeah, we have here planning. I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper plans. This isn't about you. I'm working through a personal issue. So again, this isn't about the feminist. This isn't about the connection of what it's not or what it's never been. This is just about the personal issues that have to be worked through. What is holding the Divine Masculines back right now? What is blocking or holding the Masculines back at this time? Okay, we have upheaval here, we have unspoken, and we have heart song. So obviously with this unspoken, there's a lot of regrets, there's a lot of disappointment, there's a lot of things that have been left unsaid in this connection. And it's settling in now, I feel, more than it has before, that there's been a lot of need to sweep away what's no longer important or what's no longer needed. This is like a Tower's energy here. Because clearly it's coming through that they're wanting the second chance, they're wanting something new, they're wanting something fresh, they're wanting to renew this connection, is what's coming through. And with this heart song here, maybe they're having a hard time listening to their heart. They could be having a hard time listening to that intuition. Maybe they're trying to be more logical about it sometimes, or they're feeling like they are in their head about it. Yeah, ego, 6 of Wands. So I feel like a lot of them are still kind of, caught in that here. What's holding the masculines back at this time from this connection? What's holding the masculines back from this connection? Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, evolving, growing. So a lot of them are just really working on themselves. I mean, it feels very healthy. We have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who is moving from the Knight to the King of Pentacles, and with the Ace of Cups, being able to offer something. See this man in the suit and everything. So this is like somebody who wants to make sure that they're prepared, that they're ready, that they've swept away all that toxicity, all that baggage. And so, I mean, this is a really I feel like the only thing that's really holding a lot of them back right now is maybe accomplishments. Maybe they do have some stuff that they're working through when it comes to the material mold right now. I feel like, we do have that devil there, but I feel like this is a passing thing. I'll clarify a little bit of what that devil's energy is there for, but I just feel like this is more about not approaching the feminines until the time is right, because there's something coming through about wanting to, need this time here, not wanting to hurt the connection, not wanting to hurt this here. So it's a level of respect that's coming through the masculines are having towards the divine feminines right now, because they just can't be tied down. But from what I'm seeing here, it does seem to be more about their own energy, their own cup of love, their own ambitions. A lot of them are having to just fill up their own cup of love and to really get to that level of accomplishment that they're feeling within themselves that they have to acquire. And that could be earth energy here, very strong. Could also be too this stubbornness here, is that there's that coming through. What's holding back? Yeah, I'm uneasy about myself. I don't know if I can truly make you happy. See, so that's where we have the unrequited here. And I feel like this is a lesson. This is a major lesson of self-love. And a lot of them may have had to go through this. I think for a while we've been seeing that. I feel like with this Queen of Cups there and the Devil, or whoever's who, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, whatever that Seven of Cups is, karmic lessons that have been in the way. I mean, these things were all very necessary to grow and to evolve and to see what's important. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. So definitely with this, again, solitary. So this is where they're at overall. Rejection here, Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles. So they're really focusing on just their stability. And I think before it was more about focusing maybe on, petty things, or focusing on the drama. But I do get that right now they're definitely more focused on their security, their sense of accomplishment, because this Ten of Cups is in view. And I feel like it has been a lot of karmic lessons. I mean, I feel like there's been lessons of seeing what's unconditional, who's unconditional to us, who's loyal to us. So I'm seeing that message too, is that there's been a lesson of having to kind of come full circle with the people in our lives that have been authentic to us here. I didn't know what I had until it was gone. That's a very cliche type of phrase, but it's true, because sometimes we do have to lose those things to appreciate them. And that's why I feel they're now having a level of respect, because they don't want to come through and just hurt this connection, or they don't want to come through and repeat the same patterns here. And so I feel like with this Seven of Cups, the Queen of Wands here, I'm sweeping away toxicity. Yeah, this is who they are. I want to see you. So this is the feminine, though. This is wanting to see them, the feminines at this time. It's like they're holding back a lot, though. They're holding back because they're still in the process of healing. And like I said, for some of them, this is just their own fear of intimacy, or their own fear of closeness, because the Queen of Cups does not have to be a female. It could just be the Queen of Cups is somebody who's very emotional, who's very loving. But with the Devil, there's a sense of trapping that energy here, or not being able to unleash that. So let's look at what this blockage is here. So we'll take here the Three of Swords, get the Four of Wands. So I just want to see what this is about. I think it's just really going online and now this whole thing, but what is the major blockage here in this Twin Flame collective right now with the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords? What is the major blockage? Major challenge? Yeah, we have boundaries and we have distance, barrier, separation, and space. So there's definitely been a boundary that's been drawn here. And I feel like with that Three of Swords and the Four of Wands, I feel like, let's clarify, what is this Three of Swords, Four of Wands, for the challenge in this dynamic right now? Two of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. So we do have the Four of Wands and we have the Ten of Pentacles. That's stability. That's foundation. So I do think that, of course, for some, that's part of what they've been sweeping out. That's part of what they've been getting rid of in their lives. This is the challenge is, having to step away from this. And I feel like that's still what's coming through here. But for others, it's just about not having that sense of security in this relationship and this twin flame journey. And that's been obviously an issue. So it's more of the feminine drawing the line, because he's noticed how this feminine in this image, she's turning her back. She's looking the other way. And then, this is definitely turning the back on this connection. Whereas the King of Wands here is present. And I do think that this is the lesson, of course, that's been happening in the collective for a while. What is this blockage here? Challenge with Three of Swords, kind of baffled. What is this blockage about? Yeah. Okay, so I think that we have here selfish. I'm not, even though I'm not ready for you, I want to keep you close to me. And then we have regrets here. I should have, I could have, I would have. Intensity. The feelings I have for you overwhelm me, so I run away to process them. So this is definitely about, I feel, more for a lot of you, the blockage of the connection, just the running away from the connection, or the feeling of going round and around with the same energies here. So I think that for some, this is where we have this fear of maybe the commitment, or blocking out the commitment here. So having too many options open, or, you know, maybe they were with somebody, but they were still thinking about you or still talking to you. Either way, I just feel like this is a lack of being able to get close emotionally. And I feel like that's why we have this here, which is with this unconditional love too. So the blockage is just simply having to draw the boundary, draw the line here when it comes to stability that's either already in place, where maybe you had to reject this because somebody is with somebody else, or there just wasn't a sense of stability in this connection because somebody kept running and they were not ready for the connection with the selfish card. So it does come through more as a feminine having to do this here, which is why it's coming through as a challenge. But there's a lot of distance right now, and that's why there's a sense of wanting to reconnect or wanting to come back together. And that's also why we have the Empress in reverse for the part of the matter, how both are coming together, because I feel like the Empress is the feminine's energy, has withdrawn her energy at this time, so she's taken herself back, and probably for a while has been doing that here. And I think that with this Page of Swords too, this is desiring to keep in touch, but there's a sense of, you know, maybe the feminine's having disconnected. But I think that what's coming through prominently in the reading is that there is definitely a desire to rekindle, definitely a desire to have a second chance here. So where's the Divine Feminine at right now? Where's the Divine Feminine's energy right now in this dynamic? The Feminine's energy right now. Yeah, we have Better Off, and we have Emotional Whirlwind. So better off from the emotions, or feeling like she's at a more clear, grounded perspective right now when it comes to having to remove herself from the emotional whirlwind of this connection, is just what this is. And I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit, this is stability here too, within the self, that like really stable energy is what I'm getting with this here. Yeah, I do think that maybe she has been unstable in the past. Maybe there has been a sense of instability here, or being dramatic, or that could be also this Queen of Cups, being like them triggering you to that point. And I feel like with this Better Off, this is just simply being in a better off frame of mind. Ace of Wands, we have, so how are the feminines feeling about the masculine? How are the Divine Feminines feeling about the Divine Masculines? The Divine Feminines about the Divine Masculine. I don't know. Confusion. We have Home here. You're the missing puzzle piece that makes me feel that I'm right where I belong. And then we have here Foolish. I feel like an idiot for the choices that I've made. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time. So I'm getting definitely that they could be feeling like the feminines have made a foolish decision to maybe be in this connection, or whatever this is for you. Maybe you just feel like there's just, feeling like a fool for even giving this another shot, or feeling like a fool for even being in this connection or thinking about this connection. And I do think that they are confused, the feminines here. I don't know, confusion, but we do still have this here. You're the missing puzzle piece that makes me feel like I'm right where I belong. And then the Yes card flew out. So I feel like there's still a sense of belonging, or still a sense of home that they are feeling with this Divine Masculine here. So that's why I feel too that there's a lot of emotional whirlwind right now, because it's kind of like what to do at this point. Whether to just give it up, whether to just, move on entirely. And that's why I do think that with the Hermit, there's a lot of self-introspective work the Divine Feminines are doing right now. And I just think that they're very confused about if they can trust this connection or not, if they can really trust this. Because I think that the masculines are definitely wanting to have a second chance. And I think that there's already been a lot of lines that have been crossed, I feel, of course, in this connection, especially for a lot of you. That's just how the twin flame journey is. And I mean, there's the Moon, confusion, emotions, How does the feminine feeling look masculine? What does the feminine want with this connection? We have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. So that is a lot of passion here. So I do think that there's still a lot of passion that the feminines feel about this masculine. And that can't be denied here. And especially with twin flames, I mean, you both feel each other's energy. So there's a reason why you're both feeling a certain way about each other. And so that's what I'm seeing. Anything else that we need to know about the twin flame journey right now? And then we'll look at just where things are heading. And walk both twin flames together. What's this twin flames together right now? On the journey right now. Be patient. How many times have you heard that? So there is something brewing. I mean, there's definitely something brewing here. And I feel like this is really the lessons that, of course, are taking place in this connection. How are both twin flames coming together right now? Jesus Christ, moved across the room from the sea. And then we have be decisive at the bottom. Take the lead. Yeah, it's time to make a decision. It's time to make a decision. And with that King of Wands, that is very much of the take the leadership type of an energy. So, and that's where I feel the very first card that came out was the Heart card. I love you. With the Stubborn, I just feel like both kind of want the same thing right now, but there is a sense of stubbornness. There is a sense of, and it goes both ways. It's like the masculines maybe being, I don't know if it's stubborn necessarily as much as it is more of a stalemate, like knowing that they're not really prepared fully, but yet they really do want to come through. And then for the feminine, just knowing that there's been so much that has happened, confusion here, and feeling foolish for the mistakes that have been made, but yet still feeling that puzzle piece, you know, and that's where I feel both are coming together in this Ten of Cups ways, that there's still this level of connection. It can't be denied. Have faith. Where's the masculine at? Where's the not? Yeah, do something different. So they need to do something differently. Obviously, something's not working. We have nurture yourself first. So whatever they've been involved in, and again, that's the Queen of Cups with the Devil there. I mean, again, if that is definitely something codependent or toxic around them, or that's just been their own behavior. They've been keeping too many doorways open that have been kind of, it hasn't been allowing them to keep their commitments here. It's been kind of, you know, keeping things very confusing for them. So they're doing things differently, which is exactly what I said here too with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're doing things much more maturely, or they're trying to. It's the feminine act. Correct your mistakes, forgive and forget. Wow. So I feel like with this, I feel foolish, you know, energy here. A lot of you really have to make sure that you're forgiving yourselves too. We have to face your adversities here too. I mean, there has been a lot of challenges, and I feel like you both are doing things differently. They're doing things differently and having to nurture themselves, and some of them could have been looking elsewhere, you know, for that void or to fill that void. And I do think that with that intimacy card, that's been coming through. I think this came through for a bunch of my zodiac sign readings this month too, because there's a fear of either getting too close, or for some there could have been like, you know, looking elsewhere for a bunch of other opportunities, sort of, you know, to fill that void within. And that's why that Devil and the Queen of Cups can definitely be somebody a little bit emotionally unavailable to, and but also maybe, you know, addictions, things like that, is how I'm seeing that emotion when it comes to being close. So I do think that, I just forgot what I was saying, but yeah, so I think the feminines are just happy to really forgive and forget, and kind of correct the mistakes within. Not so much like being hard on herself, but correcting the mistakes. Okay. Any final messages? Piano at Twin Flame. Lambs right now. Any final messages for the Twin Flame? Final messages for the Twin Flames right now. Let go. Yep. So we have peaceful resolution, we have let go, and we have you're ready. Whoops. So I do think that there's going to be a peaceful resolution here. And I was kind of feeling this too before and the other day as well. It's kind of like I feel that things are going to resolve themselves in whatever way is going to be best for you. So for some of you, that just means having to let go, having to forgive and forget. having to forgive yourself for maybe feeling the mistake of being in this, involved in this, or whatever it is for you. Because I do think that clearly there's this line that has been drawn here. There's already some distance that's being created in this connection. There does seem to be a push and pull still going on. Even though I'm not ready for you, I still want to keep you close, because the masculines are still kind of in this process. They're still in the process. And I think that there is going to be a peaceful resolution coming from this, though, which is good. And I think that with this be patient card here, take the lead, be decisive. Yeah, so it's time to be decisive about this, not being kind of floating in a wishy-washy energy. And that's up to you. You can take control over that yourself. And so I feel like with the let go card, it's not so much about letting go of the connection entirely and never being involved with this again. It's not letting go of the resistance or letting go of the mistakes, forgive and forget, letting go of whatever's been keeping things stuck in this stubborn energy, maybe for some. So let's get the final possible outcome of this connection, and then I'll close up the reading. So some of it's similar to what we've been seeing, but I do think that if anything, patience again. So here's something I feel that is trying to be different, is trying to do things differently. There's a positive energy here, though. I do feel there's a positive energy here. But it's going to be up to you, especially if you're feminine watching. So where are things heading for the Twin Flame Collective in the next few weeks or so? Where are things heading in the Twin Flame Collective in the next few weeks? Divine Masculine, we have forgiveness. Wow, so we have two things about forgiveness here. We have Divine Masculine, we have a card that fell on the floor, we have healing, we have fall, and then we have lessons on the floor here. Let me grab it. Yeah, so lessons and healing. And it's going to be more in the masculine's end because the masculine came out. And then with the forgiveness card, this is compromise, exactly. So there is something about wanting to come together and compromise. I do think that for some of you, if you are open to this connection, or if you're open to this, this is the opportunity to compromise. This will be the opportunity to be on the same page with each other. Because I feel like it's kind of like you can't just keep going round and round with the same thing. There's something about doing things differently. So if somebody does show you, and I'm not saying that they will absolutely, but if somebody does show you that they're doing things differently, it's kind of like match that vibration. Do things differently yourself too, or try to do things differently. Try to maybe, like, say if you were very stubborn about this, or if you're very, very, black and white about this, it's only going to be this, or it's only going to be that. I think that this is a need to kind of compromise, to come together, to have a peaceful resolution. And that might require having to give in a little bit. And then for others of you, whatever you feel, but that's what I'm seeing. Because this 10 of Cups is still lingering. It's still floating here. It's still floating at the top, this 10 of Cups, what could have been the fantasy of what this connection could still be potentially, but it's what you make of it. And I do think that what's evident is that there is a desire to sweep out the negative and to make room for a second chance, because there's still this connection that's existing here. And yeah, so one card for the masculine. Patience and solitude. Yeah. So we've already had a bunch of cards about them really taking that time within. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. It feels much more solid. It feels much more evolved. And I think that this is them needing patience. They need time. They need time to be in that solitary energy. They need time to really dive into the depths of themselves and continue to sweep those things away. And if you're not seeing any evidence of this, and it may not be the reading for you, because this is just for those of you who feel like there's still a connection existing, but you'll feel it within your intuition. I mean, obviously, if somebody's treating you like shit, and then this is probably not going to be for you. I just want to say that because I don't want to feed into any pain onto things, because that's never healthy. You'll feel that. You'll know if this is for you or not. And then for the feminines, okay, so we have the third party card, we have devotion, and we have refocus. So this could be a couple things. It could be that maybe you have learned about a third party. You could have a third party yourself. maybe you are trying to refocus after learning about a third party, because the mouth spins are coming during solitary energy. So that could be multiple messages for some of you, but I think that either way, it's about refocusing your devotion to where it's important for you. So you definitely, with this, you definitely could have, for some of you, yeah, Two of Cups. You could have a new relationship, and that could be something that you really want to explore right now. What's coming in the next few weeks between twin flames? What's coming in the next few weeks for the twin flames? Wow, so we have the Tower and the Ten of Wands. That is to me, that's almost like a release of the burden, though, a release of the stress, a release of whatever's been building up. So that could be going in line with the compromise and the peaceful resolution. And what is this coming in for the twin flame? I feel like the card, both twin flames going to be joined together in the next few weeks. Wow, we have the Knight of Swords and the Lovers. Sometimes I see sometimes I see the Lovers as a choice. So again, I think there's going to be a choice after possibly an expression with this Knight of Swords in the Tower. Some form of an explosive expression that's going to come through. Something that's going to try to mend, maybe. And I feel like that's going to be where the compromise either has to take place, or whether the, heart-to-heart conversation has to take place. But I do think that it's going to be letting go of the burden that has been weighing on the back here for both you and for your twin flame. Your last card, and I can't stop. Last card here. Wow. Even though we shouldn't, I still want you. Forbidden. I know we have at the bottom, I am telling you the truth. You can trust my words. Wow, so that one actually, I feel, with the Knight of Swords and this here, I feel like that's actually a really confirming message that whatever's going to be brought through, you can at least trust the words that are going to be spoken. Again, if you know that with your intuition, if you feel that, because I almost feel like this is this Forbidden card is like, even though we shouldn't, I still want you. Because something is not, it's like the burden of this is coming to a place where there has to be an expression of this. It cannot be held in anymore. And for some, maybe this is like a forbidden thing, like maybe you are taken or maybe they're taken or whatever this is. I feel like that could be part of why we have the boundaries here, the distance, all of this, the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody could definitely be married, and that could be just, having to run from this connection because there's going to be a fact that are in the way. And I feel like this is still going to be, though, the connection's lingering here. So there's something about, even though this is forbidden, or even though this fantasy, this Ten of Cups should not be anymore, maybe for some of you, I think that there will be some expression, and just know that you can trust whatever that expression is what I'm getting here. And then at that point, we'll do an update a little bit later and see what comes up, but just go with your intuition, go with your gut, and work on forgiveness for sure. For the feminines and for the masculines, it's just more about taking that time to grow and to flourish within, to nurture themselves, to sweep away to things that are no longer needed. So I really hope that this can help you guys. I hope that you could resonate with this. I always want to do these real short, and they never turn out to be short. But let me know, comment, how you're feeling, or if this resonated with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Much love. Time. Much love. Time. Much love. Time.